The flag has dropped, so I welcome you all here to the Maryland Cycling Classic presented by United Healthcare. Almost 200 kilometers, as you can see, 122 miles, and straight from the gun we have an attack there by Colby Simmons. You can recognize him from his Velo bike and his Jumbo-Visma helmet. He is part of the development squad. Also one of the riders there of the human-powered health team. Straight from the gun attacks, and that is basically what happened last year as well. We had our decisive breakaway in the very first edition of the Maryland Cycling Classic after 25 miles, so after 40 kilometers already, and that was already the moment that the race was decided with 25 riders in the lead, and it looks like it's a big fight straight away for that breakaway. We'll have to wait for confirmation of the riders in the break. Here we have it. Davide Lozano, the rider of the Novo Nordisk team. Oscar Sevilla, there he is, the Spaniard. We have Carl Murphy, Carson Miles again, and with 141, Julien Gagné, which is, of course, a fantastic name if you are a bike rider, because Gagné is the French word for one, or to win. This is an interesting race situation.
It must have gone really hard because the gap went down really quick. It has been going fast for actually a long time because the gap was above the 3 minutes.
But this is some great racing. Matteo Jorgensen there in second place, racing for the American national team, but you can still recognize him, of course, by his Movistar helmet and, well, his tall stature. Tom Squinch is there as well. For Lidl Trek, Nielsen Powell is there in third position. One of the riders of Jaco Alula looks to be Chris Harper there. Well, and Simon Yates is there as well. And there we are. Wow.
It's coming back together. This is a really interesting group. All the strong riders are in. All the favorites for today are in. I don't think there will be groups who are dropped right now will come back to this group because everybody who needs to be here is here.
Riley Sheehan very active there at the front for the Israel Premier Tech team. We have Vacek very active, Tom Squinch of course. Ooh, we have a little group happening right now. This is interesting. And this is our first group. It's Riley Sheehan, Marco Frigo, two riders there for the Israel Premier Tech team. We have Tom Squinch there, representing Lidl Trek, Michael Honoré for the EF Education team, Lucas Hamilton, Victor Lafay, Freire, Eder Freire, the Mexican rider of Legion of Los Angeles. Great ride by him, by the way. He was on the attack straight from the start. And then we have our Pan-American champion, Pierre-André Coté, of the human-powered health team, but he's wearing a distinct jersey. So it looks like that group is now coming back. Second rider in this group now for Lidl Trek with Skelmos there. Hugo Hull, Squinch, Matthias Skelmos, Chris Harper, Lucas Hamilton, they are on the attack together. It's very chaotic at the moment, I must say. It looks like we have two riders of Lidl Trek at the front, two for Jaco Alula and one, there we are, one for Israel Premier Tech. These are our 5 leaders and Nielsen Powlers, I think. So we have an attack there by Tom Squinch. Hamilton sees the danger, tries to follow the Latvian rider, who uses this little incline here to make the difference. Squinch obviously feels very good. And now Harper is glancing over his shoulder, he's sitting back on the saddle. And now it's up to the two riders of Jaco Alula with Harper and Hamilton to try and do something. Boy, you might have gone a little bit too early, but you now have to push it all the way to the end. You have to commit to it.
Ooh, but we directly get a new attack.
And now it's Skelmos. This is rather interesting. Squinch was a support rider in the Tour of Denmark recently to Mads Pedersen and Tom Squinch, also to Pedersen during the Giro d'Italia. That is the story of his career. He's always working and helping others. And now it's up to Hugo Hull. Well, he did spend a little bit of energy with that counter-attack there. Powlers and Hamilton It's a fascinating game at the moment. We can see that the other group with Cote and Stites and Freire, McGill, Liepins, Galopin, Sheehan and Chris Harper are 1.5 minutes back. It's going to be between this man at the front and the 4 chasers.
But this is a really strange scenario, actually. Of course, it's nice that that Squeens is making the jump to Skelmos is making the jump to Squeens, but he's also bringing the others back.
Yeah, all wearing them out. But the fact is that this move by Tom Squeens has been eliminated, and now it's up to Skelmose. Hopefully there is a little bit of recovery there for Tom Squeens. That it's Matthias Skelmose, Hugo Hull, then a small gap to Squeens and Hamilton. And Paulus is a little bit further back indeed. This is our final lap coming up.
So it looks like Paulus did not have a mechanical then, if he is on such a small gap.
Just burned out.
Yeah, one of us certainly burned out then.
Now it's up to Skelmose. Yeah, Paulus is actually not really that far back.
And it's again Hull who has to do all the work. Apart from the move from Skelmose, Trek is doing a really good teamwork today.
Looks like it's pretty windy there in the finish straight. 4 hours and 10 minutes of racing, meaning that we have a pretty fast edition here of the Maryland Cycling Classic. Of course, we don't have a lot of reference, it's the second edition only, but yeah, things are moving pretty fast. 4 hours and 10 seconds in for almost 200 kilometers. All of these riders are completely burned out. They're done, they're cooked. Not even like a medium steak, they're completely well done. With Matthias Skelmose, he's got a car behind him right now. I think the gap is going up to the 30-second mark. Going into the final mile here with Matthias Skelmose. The gap to the competition, where we don't see the name of Squinch anymore, is now up to 1 minute and 45 seconds. Up and over, and eventually winning the bike race. The winner of the Maryland Cycling Classic 2023 is Matthias Skelmose. Paulus is eyeing like a shark there. When will he launch his sprint? Does he have anything left? We do know that he was dropped a few times. No, he has something left. He wants to be on that podium. Nielsen Paulus is going to sprint to second place, and Hugo Hull is going to be third. That is going to be our podium today. A winner from Denmark, a runner-up from the US, and a third place for the man from Canada. Fourth place then goes to the Aussie, Lucas Hamilton. Well, the top 5, we already knew that one. Little track win with Matthias Skelmose ahead of Nielsen Paulus, Hugo Hull, Lucas Hamilton and Thomas Squinch.
Again, your top 3, Hugo Hull, Israel Premier Tech, Nielsen Paulus, EF Education, Easy Post, and your champion, Matthias Skelmose, Lidl Trek.